There's a mosque in San Diego that just had a series of imams call for the overthrow of the United States and the establishment of Sharia right here in America. Goodbye, Constitution, and goodbye, Bill of Rights. There's a activist, and I'm sad to say this, in my hometown of San Diego, that has been speaking at local Muslim events. In particular, it's an American Muslim group that the AMP, that he appears before. And you're not going to believe some of the things that this guy has said. I mean, it's really, really startling. Let me show you his picture. This guy's name is Tahir Herzallah. I guess it's no coincidence it sounds like Hezbollah. He spoke at the Islamic Center of San Diego last week and has made comments like, what if we Muslims want to establish an Islamic state here, in the United States? Is that wrong? What if we Muslims want to use violent means to resist the occupation? I don't know who's being occupied. Maybe it's you and me occupying him. I'm not sure. Then he said, what if it's time to make the Zionists feel very uncomfortable on campus? And he says, we're going to make the Zionists regret the day they made Muslims their enemy. I'm not sure when that happened, if ever.
Yeah.
And he claimed that the Jews colonized Palestine so they could be considered white. In particular, the Jews in Israel are about 25% white, and then a variety of other colors or nationalities, depending where they come from. The Eastern European ones, like my family, I guess would be mostly Caucasian. The Sephardim that are from the Middle East are basically brown or browner than you. And the Africans from Ethiopia are black as night, and they're also Jews. But he's decided that we all want to be white, and that's why we're occupying Palestine. This is not a joke. They had a bunch of other imams that came there from various California places, and the event was streamed live all over the world out of San Diego, and they were preaching Islamic law as a replacement for what you would consider to be the best government, the one founded in 1776 based on the U.S. Constitution. So when people say, is it a religion? Well, yeah, I guess it is, but it's also a governmental system and a societal system and a plan for world domination and for jihad, which is war against the unbelievers, which is you and me and everybody else. I guess the sad part is that people say this and they call for insurrection and violence from a mosque in San Diego. And it's just like the weather report. Well, it doesn't really mean anything. Nobody really does anything about it. And I guess people say, well, he's just some crazy guy. Didn't they say that about Hitler in the early 30s, right before he took over Germany?
Yeah, pretty much, And you know what, Barry, I brought this up. I guess it was last year. Right? It was last year I brought this up with you. You know how, last year, 2023 is a long time ago. And I said, I don't know if you remember, I'm pretty sure you do, when I said when Hamas and people in the Gaza Strip, they were shooting thousands and thousands of rockets into Israel. And the world community was like, oh, look, they're shooting more rockets. It's like fireworks. None of them were rioting. None of them had any problems with it. There was like no issues with it at all. But then when finally Israel says, okay, we can't do this any longer, we got to get rid of the cockroach problem, then it becomes a problem. It's the exact same scenario. They can care less that they were shooting thousands of rockets trying to kill all of these innocent people. They don't care. It's like not even on their radar. What do you mean? What rockets? What rockets? I have no idea what you're talking about. What rockets? But then when Israel says, okay, you don't see the rockets, well, let us show you the rockets. And now it's a problem.